तो गाइस मैं रामनिवास जाटा, मैं अभी यूपीएससी की तैयारी कर रहा हूँ सर। अभी मैंने सर यूपीएससी प्री का टेस्ट दिया हुआ है सर, और अभी मैं इसके टेस्ट के लिए आया हूँ। तो जो इनमें जो क्वेश्चन हैं, जो एक प्रकार से एथिक्स के लिए एक छोटे छोटे तत्व के लिए रूप में हैं, और इन तत्वों को के द्वारा ही आप एथिक्स को समझ सकते हैं। क्योंकि छोटे छोटे तत्वों की अगर आपको जानकारी है तो ही आप एक अच्छा पदार्थ बना सकते हैं। जैसे कि जिस प्रकार से केमिस्ट्री में होता है, आवर्त सारणी में छोटे छोटे तत्व होते हैं, उनके सम्मिश्रण से ही एक पदार्थ बनता है। तो इसी प्रकार से ये एथिक्स के लिए एक छोटे छोटे तत्व ही हैं। तो इनको अगर आपको समझ है, विकसित सही जानकारी है, तभी आप एथिक्स के यूपीएससी के एथिक्स के क्वेश्चनों को सही प्रकार से समझ सकते हैं और हल कर सकते हैं। ये एक बहुत ही अच्छा प्रयास है सर का।
तो अभी रामनिवास जी, आप एक प्रोसेस में पार्टिसिपेट किए जो कि आपका आंसर राइटिंग कंपटीशन था।
जी
इस कंपटीशन में भाग लेके इनके सवालों को देख करके क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करते समय आपको क्या क्या अनुभव हुआ, थोड़ा वो बताइए।
सर, इन क्वेश्चनों को समझ के मुझे अपनी जो ज़िंदगी के बारे में जो मुझे पूर्ण अनुभव है कि मैंने क्या सीखा, ज़िंदगी में क्या है, उन क्वेश्चनों के बारे में ही बताया गया है कि आप समाज के बारे में कैसे इंटरेक्ट करते हैं, किस प्रकार से संबंध है आपके लोगों से, और किस प्रकार से आप जो दूसरों को प्रभावित करते हैं। तो यही क्वेश्चन है जिनसे आप यूपीएससी के एथिक्स के क्वेश्चनों को समझ सकते हैं। और ये जानना बहुत ज़रूरी है कि आप लोगों को किस प्रकार से प्रभावित करते हैं, अपने वार्तालाप से, अपनी सोचों से, आपके जो कार्य करते हैं कार्यशैली से किस प्रकार प्रभावित करते हैं। तो यही यूपीएससी के लिए ज़रूरी है, और ये यूपीएससी की मांग भी है। क्योंकि जब आप फील्ड में जाते हैं तो ये बहुत ज़रूरी है कि आप अपने संस्था के लोगों से किस प्रकार से वार्तालाप करते हैं, आप वो कैसे प्रभावित करते हैं। आप यही अगर नहीं कर पाएंगे तो आपकी जो आदेश है उनको थोड़ा समझने में कठिनाई हो सकती है। इसलिए आपका कम्युनिकेशन होना जरूरी अच्छा भी है।
तो एक तो आपके ये इसके बारे में राय रखा कि ये सारे क्वेश्चंस काफी अच्छे रहे।
सर,
इसमें कोई ऐसा खंड जो कि आपके दिल को छू गया, जिनको क्वेश्चंस को सॉल्व करते समय आपको इमोशंस या फिर आपको लगा कि आप कहीं अतीत की गहराई में चले गए, ऐसी बात है, थोड़ा एक और साझा करें।
सर, इसमें जो कई मुख्य खंड मुझे लगा, उसमें लगा था साक्षात्कार। क्योंकि साक्षात्कार के द्वारा हम एक व्यक्ति को किस प्रकार से जानना चाहेंगे, उन साक्षात के द्वारा हम व्यक्ति को समझ सकते हैं। तो जो इसमें जो क्वेश्चन थे ना, वो बेसिकली उसी पर आधारित थे कि हम किसी प्रकार से साक्षात करना चाहिए और कैसे कैसे क्वेश्चन करना चाहिए। क्योंकि इन क्वेश्चनों के माध्यम से ही हम उस व्यक्ति के बारे में और उसकी सोच, विचार, व्यवहार, इन सारे के बारे में जानकारी प्राप्त कर सकते हैं। तो ये क्वेश्चन है ना, एक प्रकार से बहुत ज़रूरी है, और एक यूपीएससी के लिए जो तैयारी कर रहा है उसके लिए बहुत ज़रूरी है कि किस प्रकार से हम साक्षात की तैयारी करें। तो एक प्रकार से प्रीलिम्स टेस्ट हो गया है एक प्रकार से।
और आपकी कोई सलाह हमारे लिए कि हम इसको कैसे बेहतर कर सकते हैं?
इसकी सलाह में यही है कि जो क्वेश्चन है थोड़ा इसको और प्रैक्टिकल रूप से किस प्रकार से इसको बना सकते हैं। जैसे कि केस स्टडी, क्योंकि केस स्टडी इसमें यूपीएससी के लिए बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण हो जाता है। क्योंकि कोई समस्या है, कोई परिस्थिति जन्म होती है, तो वो उस परिस्थिति में आप कैसे किसी चीज़ को फैसले लेंगे, तो वो बहुत जरूरी है। और जो केस स्टडी के माध्यम से ही हम उस चीज़ को समझ सकते हैं। तो ये इसको शामिल करना मेरे लिए, मैं समझता हूँ, बहुत ज़रूरी है।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। और आपकी तरफ से अगर कोई खास मैसेज हो जो कि यूपीएससी की तैयारी कर रहे हैं बच्चे, क्या उनको इस तरीके का टेस्ट पेपर को देखना चाहिए या फिर बेकार को उनका समय बर्बादी है? नहीं सर, मैं यही कहूँगा कि कोई भी कार्य होता है वो बर्बाद नहीं होता है। जो इस टेस्ट में दिया गया है क्वेश्चन है वो बहुत ज़रूरी है फॉर एथिक्स के लिए। क्योंकि ये छोटे छोटे क्वेश्चन ही आपको कहीं ना कहीं आगे वाली समस्या के लिए समाधान प्रदान करते हैं। तो ये कोई टेस्ट पेपर एक प्रकार से प्री तैयारी के लिए तौर पर आप उसको देख सकते हैं। थैंक यू वेरी मच जाटू जी।
ओके सर।
Hello, myself Mayur Sagar, and right now I am preparing for the civil services examinations, and my qualifications, I am a BEd in electronics and communication engineering. Today I have appeared in this ethics test paper conducted by My Vidya, and I am very much thankful to Mr. C.K. Misra sir for conducting such examination. As I felt, since this is my second attempt, then I actually found that ethics paper played a very great role that as far as selection is concerned. So here, actually, in my last 18 months or 9 months of preparation, I actually found that ethics is nothing about a theoretical paper. It actually wants to test what you are. Means in paper notes or in the pen and paper, the people who are in the UPSC board that actually wants to replicate yourself, that whether when you are going to be part of the civil services, how you are going to take up the situation. And as for me, the ethics is about to be good and to be efficient, and in this direction, the test today what sir had conducted contains the questions from theoretical aspect, your personal views, whatever experience in your life, means try to drag out all the things what actually you are, whatever through your experiences, through your the learned behaviors, through your exam process, or whatever you encountered in due course of your life. The paper requires consistency. The paper requires your some straightforward approach. We cannot, as for my experience is concerned, I cannot generalize the preparation of this paper as it is a theoretical or philosophical kind of the thing. Rather, I found that everybody finds the questions are too easy. Everybody can take that I can solve the paper, but only the critical thing which makes the difference is that the marks when you got. And here it requires some administrative skills type of thoughts. What an administrator is going to think about the society, not about only his personal wisdom learned from any derived sources, rather from the practical perspective. So this is my experience with regard to the paper, and the exam today what I appeared, it's too much facilitating, and hopefully, but few things are which require actually improvement in this test paper. One thing why my previous colleague had told about कि paper was lengthy, but I think I would like to suggest one thing that with respect to the previous papers of UPSC, that this type of exam should be coherent. Exam should be number of questions obviously a little bit of less, bigger depth should be inquired into, and more. And in addition to the theoretical case, later that 5 or 10 case studies we should put in, so that exactly what the people understand and think, that should be the find out. So this is the things, and hopefully I would very thankful that I would be a part of this exam, and I also aspiring for the such type of things and platform would also going to available to us in the next coming time.
So do you think that it could serve as an elementary exercise for UPSC aspirants?
Yeah,
Like
of course.
Whoever is coming for the preparation.
Of course, ethics paper is more about practicing. Whatever you think, this is a very good platform. I think everybody who is in part of this process definitely going to benefit you, because we cannot say that to express yourself in the public domain, it's a one-shot effort. You should be a part of that process, and that could only be done through when you go through some test papers, go through some practice session, mock session, and that could only possible through these platforms. So it obviously inheriting, enthusing as well as encouraging the platform.
And which question among this say does people must?
The last sections which carry the test about your skills, about your experience, and a few in first part that is relating more about the theoretical things or your ideas, that the part which actually asks about how you judge the people who are trustworthy, how you behave with a stranger. So those things actually require the two important things as per my concern, that what if there is a coherency, congruency between what the person did and what the person speaks, that there should have a mismatching between these two terms. Then the people, because in this world, globalized world, every person is a learned person. Every person be a part of this networking era, learned one. So you cannot falsify the people to particular point of the time, but you cannot leave the thing for a time immemorial. So you should have be honest, trustworthy from intuitions from within. Then and then that would be going to replicate in your personality as well. So there are few questions I found this is, and they are very testimonial, and I think these are the most important things.
And how do you feel about your answers? Are they your own copyright? Do you think it's so? It should be now?
Yeah, answers. Ethics, we cannot be judgmental, at the same time we cannot be any referential. Ethics is all about yours. what you are. But one thing, since it's a part of civil services examination and as per the various recommendations and committees, in almost every of the exam which is in which the new recruits to be a part of civil service, a part should be of ethics, and especially for who going to be part of IAS, IPS or the officers recruited through the UPSC class A officer, they should be sound in their administrative traits and skills. Here ethics is not about a service to the society, rather we should better understand the service to the society means service through the arms of the government. Here we are not doing some kind of the charity. So we are bound with some administrative skills, traits, which is going to train you, develop you, and to take care about the society. So we should be bound with that, and ethics helps a lot because ethics guides our behavior. So that is my experience.
So, as per your observation and this critical analysis as well as suggestion and recommendations about the improvement of the course content,
Okay.
I will be happy to get few feedbacks from yourself about improvements, point of improvement that you want me to incorporate.
Improvements in the sense कि what I had suggested earlier कि instead of too much of theoretical things, one should focus more on case studies. Okay, because that is going to drag out more honest, most the unique things what the people possess and what the thought process they are actually provoking. Theoretical aspect we should classify it at, since theoretical case studies are too new for every guy, so 60-40 ratio can maintain for the betterment of the paper. And as far as so recommendation, so the only one point that paper want to testify yourself, so it is better that we should go for more and through the case study we can also be better familiar with the empirical thoughts, empirical experiences, and that would be better expressed if somebody have experience with that. Might be in certain area theoretically might be a person not so sound, but in practical aspect they have the different skills, different management skills, so it would better think that we should focus there.
And apart from this exercise of this answer writing competition, could you suggest some other alternative means to propagate this idea that could be acceptable by the students of this education level? Like to organize some other kind of events. Do you suggest that we should have some events like some debate, some seminar, some group discussion, panel discussion, whatever you are suggesting? Do you feel that there could be something, another alternative to help the students?
The first thing, this initiative is highly commendable. Okay, these things must be carried on in the later course of the time. But apart from that, for ethics, the things is that I found that the performance is the most important thing, and how you inspire the people. Okay, so once you got the chance, try to interact with the students. But once the repose faith is there, then they will there in the course of the time. Apart from that, if it is possible, then some 2-3 days free seminars, free orientation sessions should be, if it is possible to organize, where try to interact with some successful candidates that who have actually that experience, and that would be better linkage to interface with other newly aspiring peoples as well. So if it is possible, then 2-3 days seminars can be conducted, because those things are most important thing, and seminars followed by some writing session or feedback sessions.
This could be another alternative.
Yeah, of course.
You suggested, Mr. Mayur, about one thing which I am planning. Just want to organize a one-day seminar on ethics, but the paper will be presented by students on different subjects, on different chapters. Like one student will present a paper of 30 to 40 minutes on Western thinkers, one on Indian thinkers, all on different matters, and the students will be working as a resource person. Whoever is delivering their lectures, as you mentioned your own perspective, and there will be 1 or 2 evaluators.
Of course.
The head of this session, like a mentor.
So,
and we want to give some other appreciation, some awards or acknowledgement to the person, like you came beyond and far away from your home for the preparation of UPSC, and it has transformed you so far like this, and still your journey is continuing.
Sir, in this note, I would like to say only the few things that instead of conducting the entire day session and particular on sections by like thinkers on these things supported by some tests or these things, I would suggest that if it is possible, then make it for 2 days.
Okay.
Why? The reason behind this is that, as far as I found this paper, that paper has two parts, theoretical and case study part, that is more practical.
Yes.
And it is difficult to score very good marks in theoretical part. It is quite bit efficient to score better marks in the case studies part. So better thing is that in the 2-day session, you can take up the basic theme of the theoretical part and followed by some test in the first day. In the second day, case study you can conduct more focused on.
Second day, Mr. Mayur, we are going to conduct the whole day on this case study.
Yeah.
So we will have around 5 hours in a day.
Yeah.
Discussion. If we are assuming that breakfast also we will start by 10 a.m. and we can conclude by 5 p.m.
So case.
It will be 1 to 2 will be the lunch break. So among these 5 hours, around 6 or 10 students could be deputed to discuss different those case studies, or a mentor should discuss the same.
If it is possible, then successful candidates should discuss. Apart from assisted with the mentors, because it's a kind of dual communication mediums which actually works in the public domain. If you going to be too much theoretical, and if the experienced persons are actually sitting while observing the things are actually what is going on, that since they had experience with the process, and if they got marks, let's say with respect to the paper, they would going to be judgmental with your process.
And what do you think about organizing panel discussion with faculty, with the students?
It would be inspiring. Okay.
Like someone is having interest in history, someone is geopolitics, someone is in climate or everything else, someone is politics, and we will have some discussion as you used to watch on Rajya Sabha that those experts are discussing their perspective. So in such a manner, students could be competent enough to explain their views properly. So we will have such session planned.
Definitely, sir, these will works. But most thing is that it should be followed with some performance sessions. That is only possible through test series, test papers, evaluations, some feedback. And if you are suggesting that reward procession would be there, then that would be encouraging, accommodating. But do not make it too much theoretizing. Yes. Otherwise, it would be monotonous for the people. It would be manageable to make 2 hours, 3 hours. But to make it in an effective manner program, it should be followed, and it must be feedback with some value judgmental. Value judgmental means some practical things